To understand Traoré's rise, we must go back to Burkina Faso's colonial past. For decades, France ruled this land with an iron fist. They looted gold, cotton, and resources, leaving behind poverty and instability. Even after so-called independence in 1960, France never really left. It controlled the economy, the military, and the politics. What many. But in 1983, a fiery young officer changed everything. His name was Thomas Sankara, often called Africa's Che Guevara. Sankara renamed the country Burkina Faso, the land of upright people. He rejected foreign aid, nationalized resources, planted millions of trees, and told Africans to stand proud and independent. But his defiance was too much for the West and for corrupt elites inside Burkina Faso. In 1987, Sankara was assassinated in a coup widely believed to have been backed by France. His dream of an independent Africa was buried, at least for a while. After Sankara's death, Blaise Compaoré ruled Burkina Faso for 27 years, keeping close ties with France. Corruption grew, poverty deepened, and terrorism spread from Mali into Burkina Faso. The country became one of the poorest in the world, its people caught between jihadist violence and Western exploitation. Millions of dollars worth of gold left the country each year, while Burkina Faso's children. And then came 2022. Amid anger over terrorism and corruption, a young captain named Ibrahim Traoré led a coup that stunned the world. At just 34 years old, he became the youngest head of state on earth. But unlike other coup leaders, Traoré did not seek wealth or power. He refused titles, refused bribes, and declared himself only a soldier of the people. For Burkinabe citizens, he was the spirit of Sankara reborn. And then came 2022. Amid anger over terrorism and corruption, a young captain named Ibrahim Traoré led a coup that stunned the world. At just 34 years old, he became the youngest head of state on earth. But unlike other coup leaders, Traoré did not seek wealth or power. He refused titles, refused bribes, and declared himself only a soldier of the people. For Burkinabe citizens, he was the spirit of Sankara reborn. Almost immediately, Traoré began dismantling Western influence. He told French troops to leave Burkina Faso. He rejected loans from the IMF and World Bank, saying debt is a tool of slavery. He blocked the looting of gold mines that for years enriched French and Western corporations. And he turned instead to Russia, China, and regional allies, nations willing to trade fairly without dictating policies. For the West, this was a nightmare, a young African leader openly resisting their grip and inspiring others across the continent. But Traoré's defiance has come at a cost. Since taking power, he has faced nearly 18 assassination attempts. Foreign-backed mercenaries, political enemies, and terrorist groups have all tried to silence him. Yet time after time he has survived, protected by loyal soldiers and by the support of his people. To them, he is not just a president, he is a symbol of African dignity, a leader unbought and unbroken. Traoré's vision is larger than Burkina Faso. He is calling for a new African unity, based not on Western aid, but on African resources and partnerships of choice. He has strengthened ties with Mali, Niger, and Guinea, other nations resisting Western control. Together, they are forming what some call a new anti-West axis in Africa. If successful, this alliance could permanently shift the balance of power on the continent. So why does the West fear Ibrahim Traoré so much? Because he threatens a system that has existed for over a century. One where African resources flow out and poverty flows in. For the first time in decades, an African leader is saying, no more. No more exploitation, no more foreign bases, no more puppets in power. The road ahead will not be easy. Burkina Faso still faces poverty, terrorism, and isolation from Western financial systems. Traoré is young, and his government is fragile. But his courage has awakened something powerful, hope. Hope that Africa can rise on its own terms. Hope that Sankara's dream did not die in 1987. Hope that the land of upright people can finally stand tall.